Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. I hope you guys are having an awesome day today wherever you are in the world. Today we are actually on day 51 on our farm core island of Sugarbelle. You guys, I'm so excited because we literally only have 2 more builds in the Sugarbelle series. I'm so beyond thrilled and I cannot wait to update the dream address to share this island with you guys. It's been an amazing journey and I can't thank you all enough from the bottom of my heart for choosing to come along on the Sugarbelle journey with me. Today, I just wanted to focus for one of our last 2 builds. I wanted to do a little farmer's market over here. If you missed the last video, we recently did an orchard build for Tangy, which is right up here behind me, up at the top of the cliff. I'm really excited to have been able to do that. So if you missed that video, please check it out. It's a really fun, colorful build, perfect for spring, especially if you have a farm core island, or even if you're just looking to sort of zhuzh up a certain area on your island and put together a little farm section for spring, or anything just to incorporate some beautiful fruit trees. Today I wanted to work on this farmer's market area right here. This is just in front of the orchard and oh my goodness guys, so many items for this build, but I can't wait to show you. I already had some of the pathing down. This is actually the in-game path, and then I've done an overlay with this beautiful vintage floral path. I'll be sure to put the custom design code in the description of the video for you guys for any of the patterns used for the build today, so that if you're looking for something like this, you'll have it readily available for yourself. So let's go ahead and turn on our Island Designer app, speed things up and get going. I'm really excited to put this build together today with you guys. Alright, so first things first, I sort of wanted to create a little entrance area for our farmer's market. So I'm just sort of framing this area in with some of the rusted fence. I really love the rusted fence. It's got to be one of my new favorite items. We've used it in a lot of the builds. I do like the rusted type of coloration for it in particular because I do like sort of a worn out look. There's a few different color variations that you can find or customize yourself if you're willing to fly over to Harvest Island. So whatever design you're looking for, if you're building a farmer's market, if you want something a bit more polished, there's definitely a bunch of other options. I've also opted to use this adorable fortune cookie cart for one of the items here in the build, as well as create a little checkout area with the cash register and a little bag of groceries along with a stack of the little shopping baskets. Alright, so as we're sort of building this, I'm just sort of moving through. My goal in putting this area together was to sort of create several little mini sections of a farmer's market, sort of like booths. So definitely just trying to incorporate different custom design pathing for each section. I kind of had the thought that what I wanted to do for us on this part of the build for the island is to sort of create, like I said, different sections. I wanted there to be a little veggie section, which is what we're creating right here. So for this particular spot, I wanted to incorporate a lot of the stacked boxes. I love the stacked boxes with all the cute little veggies on them. I think that they would be perfect also for a little grocery store build, and anything that, even if you had another different type of outdoor market, I just really like the look of them. It's really great that we can customize them. And I'm just sort of putting in a little stall and any of the little vegetable items like this veggie basket, and then I have a couple of the cornucopia items left over from Turkey Day, which I think are perfect for something like this. So I'm just sort of staggering these things here. One of the things that I know you guys have heard me say before is I like to place items in opposite directions to sort of create differentiation, especially if you're using more than one of the same item in a build. So that's sort of what I'm going for here by placing the cornucopias into opposite directions. And then as we're going, like I said, I'm sort of staggering some of the things, incorporating some signage like this adorable little tomato box. Oh my goodness, guys, I love this item. And along with the little Pro Design umbrella that has the little tomatoes in the crate, I can't even, guys, it's just like cuteness overload. So definitely trying to incorporate a few little items like that, which you'll see as we go on with the build. So now that our veggie stand looks pretty well put together, I wanted to create on the opposite side like a mini little pastry stand or a bakery stand. I really like the concept of being able to reuse custom designs, so I actually decided to get creative here and use the old rustic door pattern. I'm sure once we get some items placed down on top of it, it won't be so obviously a door, but I just love the look of the worn wood. And hey, since we're limited on how many different custom designs we have slot-wise, I definitely wanted to get a little bit creative in how we can sort of reuse some of the different items that we already have saved. All right, so I'm just expanding this slightly because like I said, my goal is to sort of create several little cubbies along the way as we go down the pathway towards the orchard from this farmer's market stand area. I'm using these adorable little pastry items like the pie from Pie Day, as well as some Berlingers and some homemade muffins that I crafted this morning myself. And then this vertical sign, you guys, check out the little bread panel on it. This is actually one that comes in the game. It's not a custom design. I'm super thrilled that a lot of the new signage that we got from the 2.0 update has a lot of different cute customizations that are built right in that you can just use a custom kit to change. So it definitely saves on slots for sure. Okay, for this section right here, we're just creating a little quilt stand. My goal was to sort of create a little booth for some of the mom type items and anything that looks quilted. I love that. One of my favorite things to do in the summer is to go to little flea markets and antique shops, anything like that. So I was really excited to be able to create a little space like this. It's definitely something that I feel like I would see at a craft show or a farmer's market that's outside in the summer or spring. So just sort of creating this space with some stacked Zen cushions and a couple of little plushies just to top it off, as well as using some of these basic kimono stands, I think makes a big difference to sort of look like quilts hanging on a rack for sale. Okay, so for the next section over here, this is going to be a little jam stand. So this particular section, I've crafted some of the different various fruit variations of the jam jars. I think they're so precious. I love the gingham squares on the top of the jars, and so I've custom coordinated with a sable pattern with this stall to sort of go along with it, and then I'm just sort of placing these around here to look like they're scattered about. I have this honey sign. Actually, this is from one of the honey area that we created on the beach on the backside of the island. So even though some of this is jam, probably not all honey, I just sort of wanted to reuse that design and get more use out of it than just the one time. And then we have some cute little jelly thumbprint cookies here just to top it off. I feel like this is definitely the type of place where you'd want to taste all the different jams and jellies and try it out before you purchase it. So next in line for our farmer's market is I wanted to create a stall that has little books, sort of like a mini library. So I'm placing down some of this worn wooden boarding flooring. We've used this so many times on the island, but this has been a really great pattern. I highly recommend it. I'll put the custom design information for you guys in the description of the video. This is a two-part pattern. It has the square for the plain flooring, and then it has the option to use a little staircase, a faux staircase on it as well. So I really highly recommend it. It's been fantastic to be able to use and reuse to create spaces on the island. So definitely, if you have a chance or a use for this, definitely download it. It's totally worth it. We're using the cute little book items. I've been waiting so long, you guys, to use this cute magazine rack in a build on the island, and I just couldn't resist. I figured this was a great opportunity. So I'm just scattering around different book items. I've got this cute little map of the world, as well as just kind of putting out things like stacks of books and a little bookshelf over here, just trying to basically create a little space of any of the little items that you might find in the game, like this recycled paper bundle, which I think is perfect for an old-fashioned sort of build as well. And then just putting some books around, and we need to put a little bit of signage too. So I'm going to use the standing electric sign. Again, love the in-game design that you can use with this book sign. It illuminates at night, which I think is even better, but it's just such a cute little pattern. I'm really thankful that Nintendo incorporated a lot of these patterns that we don't have to use a custom design for. They're definitely versatile and highly useful. All right, for this next section over here towards the front, I wanted to use this worn wooden plank board pattern. We have two different patterns for this and sort of do like a crosshatch effect with them by alternating the patterns back and forth. I'm just finishing up framing in our little quilt area here with another one of the kimono stands because I really think they make a convincing quilt that could be hanging for sale. And then this part right here in the front, I wanted to create a little flower area because I know that's one of the common things you see at a farmer's market where you can buy fresh flowers to bring back home with all of your fresh fruits and veggies and any of the fun little tchotchkes and books and cute things that you might find at a flea market or a farmer's market. So I'm actually using one of these floral display cases. I love this item because it illuminates. It's just a great way to be able to use also to separate areas. Anything that you can use to sort of create a faux wall and section the area off, I think works really well. And then just placing other little items like the flower stand, the coffee plant, and of course a garden wagon here. I love the garden wagon wagon. It's perfect for spring, and I love the fact that you can customize it in a few different colors. So I think this is going to work nicely. I'm also using a stall with another one of the sable patterns. I really love some of these new designs that they've added into the game from 2.0. And then just topping it off with one of these Pro Design umbrellas. I love the sunflowers. I truthfully wish that we had sunflowers in the game, you guys, because they're such beautiful flowers in real life, but I definitely wanted to add a touch here with this little umbrella. Okay, and so finally for the last part of this build, I wanted to create a little western wear area. So just sectioning it off with a wood partition here and then using this adorable cow pattern. This is actually one that I found on the portal. If you guys have been watching the journey of Sugarbelle from towards the beginning, we did a cowboy campsite. So if you missed that video, please check it out. I've actually been wanting to use this pattern for a while again because we used it briefly in that build, and I figured this was the perfect opportunity to just put a little bit more of a western spin on this area. So I wanted to sort of create, like I said, a western wear area where you can buy some cute cowboy hats, some leather cowboy boots, and maybe a cute little shirt here and there. So I'm just filling this area in with some pieces of brown colored furniture and then placing some of the items. And then to frame in our farmer's market in the very front, I'm loving this maypole item. This is so cute. This is one of those items that's new for spring, so if you can get your hands on it, it's definitely something that you can order through the kiosk. It's a seasonal item, and I'm not 100% sure on the dates. You might have to time hop because I believe it's available starting in May, but I'll be sure to put a little bit more information about that in the description of the video for you guys. Yay! Okay, I think it's come together pretty nicely. I've placed one of the cute little cruiser bikes with a little basket in the front because I figured it was perfectly appropriate to imagine someone's bike parked in front of the farmer's market as they get out and peruse the little area for some goodies to take home with them. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this came together. Added a little bit of signage here with the farmer's market banner again in the front. And we'll take a little walk through here so you guys can see it. I'll see if I can kind of go a little more slowly here so you can see it. I like all the little sectioned areas. I think that having the custom designed flooring on the over top of the grass definitely makes a difference in making more definitive sections of the farmer's market. I love the little checkout stand. I added a little cacao plant here for height just to sort of add some greenery, and the cookie cart I think is definitely a nice touch. Oh, look at Ava. She's so cute, guys. Do you see that, y'all? She's watching her little gyroid that we have, the little chick gyroid that's hanging out in her yard, and I think that is so precious. It's so adorable. I can't even. All right, we'll take one more little walk through here, stroll through the farmer's market on a beautiful sunny morning. I hope that you guys are enjoying the spring as everything's starting to come back alive and bloom. I've just really been enjoying the weather in real life, but also enjoying the cherry blossoms here on the island of Sugarbelle. And I'm really thrilled because after we do our next and final build for Sugarbelle, so this week and the next coming days towards the weekend, I'll be updating the dream address for Sugarbelle, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to share this with you guys. I'm looking forward to hopefully you all coming to visit and seeing everything in person for yourselves, so that I hope all of these builds are encouraging and inspirational to each of you. I really love to hear from you guys. Let me know if you've tried any of these builds for yourself. I always love to see pictures of how these builds turned out for you and what your take was on them pertaining to how you envisioned it and how you sort of made it your own. So please, if you have any pictures, tag me on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Peppy Crossing Play. I always love to see what you guys have been up to. I do have forums also in the description of most of my videos, so if you are looking to potentially have your island's dream featured on the channel, as well as potentially any of your DLC builds that you've done on Happy Home Paradise, I always love to see what you guys have been up to. So if you'd like to potentially be considered to have those things featured on the channel, please check out the forums and fill them out. Okay, so let's take one more look at our build today before we wrap things up. Just wanted to show you from this particular perspective how it looks as you're walking through. I love all the colors, and guys, I love the little cherry blossom petals floating in the breeze. I'm really thrilled because I think what I'm going to do once I update the dream address this week for Sugarbelle is to do that during cherry blossom season, because I just love spring so much, and being that this is the first island that I have finished during the springtime, I really want to showcase that, especially because it is mostly outdoor and farmcore related. So I'm really thrilled to feature that. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Sugarbelle journey, and I can't thank you enough, like I said, for joining me for that. I hope you'll give this this farmer's market build a try for yourselves. If you do, like I said, please tag me in the photos. You can find me on Instagram at Peppy Crossing Play. I always love to see how your take on the builds turn out for you. So what we have left to do to finish up Sugarbelle here in the next few days, I have one more build for you guys, so please look for that. We'll be decorating our homestead area, which is our house, and doing a little garden, a farmcore build, probably a little barn next to our house, so please be looking for that video. I should have it out here in a couple of days, right prior to the launch of the re-release of the Dream Address for Sugarbelle. I can't wait, and I hope you guys will join me. Wishing you guys all an amazing day, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.